Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. In this video, we are going to learn how to animate this map animation in After Effects. So we'll be going a bit detailed in this animation. We'll be using 3D camera and things like that. So I hope you guys are ready and let's get started. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe and turn on the notification, and as well as if you like the video, please do like and share the video as well. So let's get started. So in order to get started, we'll start with a new project and a new composition. So we'll start with importing a map illustration I downloaded from FreePic only, and we'll just drag and drop it. After that, we have to make a pre-comp of that map illustration, and we'll name it as map. Once that is done, first we have to make that path animation we have created in the example video. So first we'll actually locate some major part of the map, and after that we'll select the pen tool, and we'll remove the fill color, and we'll add a red color as a stroke color. After that, once we are inside the composition, map composition, we can start drawing some lines as a path. And while drawing it, you can draw it however you want. You don't have to follow the exact same process. You can just follow the however you want, and once that is done, we'll just reduce the stroke width a little bit. After that, once one stroke is completed, you can just click outside, and we'll start making the second stroke. And like that, based on how detailed you want your map animation to be, you can make as many strokes as you want. Just remember one thing: as you create more and more path and strokes, the animation will be a little bit delayed. So based on your computer performance and things like that, you have to decide how much detail you want each of these strokes to be. Once you are completed all the path, everything, once you are happy with the all the path, everything, then you can move on to the next part of the animation. Here I'm just making some small details and making all that like strokes, everything proper. Okay, so we just completed the stroke, drawing the strokes, everything. The next thing is we can just select all the strokes, and first we have to make the lines dash. So we'll type in dash. So the dash part will be highlighted in the timeline, and after that we can start adding the dashes for each of these strokes. And you can just select any values you want. I'm just going with the value of 80 here, so we have a bit bigger dashes than smaller dashes. After that, once that is completed, you can just select all the strokes again, and this time we'll type in cap. So we want to make the round caps for the line cap. So we'll make a round cap for every one of the strokes, so the edges will be rounded. So with that, our basic designing part is completed. The next thing is we have to start animating the path using the trim path option. So we'll start with the first path, and we can just move to a few. After that, we'll just add the trim path option, and for the end value, we'll just first we'll make it 0, and we'll add a keyframe, and we'll move it to maybe 30, maybe over 40 frames. You can just select however your distance you want based on your duration of the animation. Here I'm going around 50 frames or something like that. After that, you can just make the end value to be 100, and you can just copy paste the animation and add to the rest of that layer as well. And based on the distance of the lines, you can just adjust the timing of the animation as well. And if you want it to be like bit faster, you can make it that timing you have to adjust. Once that is done, if you play the animation, you can see everything is looking nice. And once you are happy with the animation, you can just move on to the next part. So here you can see our total duration is around 10 seconds, but the animation is actually only 4 seconds long. So we have to make it a bit longer. So once you animated everything, you can just drag and select all the keyframes, and holding alt on the keyboard, you can just drag at the end of the keyframe, and it will be aligned properly with all the timing, everything. The only thing will happen is the animation will be bit slower. So by doing this, all the keyframes, everything will be aligned properly, and you don't have to manually move them around. So once you completed that animation, you can just check how the animation is looking. Is there any timing or anything like that? You can just change later on. So yeah, here I just adjusted the timing, everything. I'm happy with that values. So I'll just move on to the next part of our animation process. So once that is done, we make sure that you are saving your file. Here I'm just saving it as a map animation. Once that is done, you can just go back to our main composition, and the next thing is we have to start creating the 3D part and all. So first we'll make the composition a 3D composition. After that, the next thing is we have to create a camera, 3D camera, for controlling our map and things like that. After making the composition a 3D, the next thing is we have to create a 3D camera. So in order to create the 3D camera, we'll just right click on the timeline and go to new, and we'll select camera. Here we'll just go with the 2-node camera default value, everything will keep it as default, and we'll create a camera. After that, in order to control the camera, we need a null object. So we'll create a null object and turn that null object into a 3D layer, and we'll connect the camera to the null object. So once that is done, if you change the value in the null object, you will be able to control the camera as well. Camera and everything that is turned into 3D will be changing according to that. So first we'll add a keyframe for position value and as well as rotation value, and we'll move to a maybe 2 seconds duration from the point we just created the animation. So first few frames, maybe 1 second or so, we want the animation to be 2D. After that, then only we'll turn it into 3D. After that, you can just change the values of the rotation values of that and as well as the position value to align the animation map, everything properly. And this part is according to whatever kind of animation, like map and animation you have created. And if you are following the same process, same image that I am using here, then you can just follow the process similarly, and you can adjust everything. So first we'll rotate the camera in the X direction around 49-50 degrees. After that, minus 50 degrees or something like that. After that, we can just change the position values X, Y and Z axis to make sure that we are aligning with our map animation. So we want the camera to follow our path animation. So the path animation will be 2D, and the camera will be 3D, and all the objects afterwards will be creating, like the flag, everything that will be 3D as well. So the path will be animation, 2D animation. After that, everything else will be 3D. So once you completed that camera animation, you can just play with the values and position things like that until you get your desired result. Once you completed all that, you can just move the slider, timing slider to the end of the composition, and you can just align the camera once more to align everything properly. So here I am aligning the camera rotation as well as the position of that camera to follow the path animation, and by the end of the animation, the camera will be focusing at the end point of our map animation as well. We don't have to follow the entire path exactly like that. We just have to move the camera in a straight path, so in between wherever like the map is actually cutting and coming in the camera, it will be looking much detailed, and it will be much interesting. After that, to in order to fill the empty area, we can just select a background color same as the map, and we'll just create a solid, and we'll just keep it in the back. So we don't have to turn that into 3D or anything like that. We'll just keep it as default only. After that, you can just select everything and add some easing to the layers, so so that the animation the rotation and position animation will be a little bit smooth, like that. So once you are happy with that easing everything, you can just play it and see how the animation is looking. And as you can see, the animation is actually looking really nice. Once you are happy with the animation, the next part is we have to focus on the flag animation. So once we completed the animation of camera animation, the next thing is we have to create the path animation. So in order to flag animation. So in order to create the flag animation, what we can do is we can just create a new composition. First we'll create a composition by right clicking on the project window, and we'll create a composition naming flag, and the width and height will keep it at around 600 pixels width and height, and everything else will keep it the same. And once that is done, the next thing is we'll just create a flag pole first. So in order to create that, we'll just select a white color stroke, and we'll just create a straight line first. So this will act as our flag pole, and after that the flag part will be created in a separate layer as well. So in order to make the edges rounded, we'll just make the line caps rounded, so that will have a much more finish than a straight cut face. After that, in order to create the flag, we'll just select a darker red color, and we'll remove the stroke, and we'll create a small rectangle at the top of the flag ball. After that, we can just send upward the we can center the port of that layer, and we'll add a wave graph effect to that flag as well. After that, if you change the direction, it will be animating, and after that you can just play with all the values until you get a desired result. Once you are happy with it, we can just pin the left side, so it will not be moving around that much. After that, we can just move that layer behind the flagpole, so it will not be, that edge will not be visible in the camera. So once you are happy with that flag animation, the next thing is we can go to the main composition and turn that layer into a 3D layer as well. So now we are in the main composition, so we'll drag and drop the flag animation into the our main layer, and we'll just turn that into a 3D layer as well. So right now you can see we haven't turned it into a 3D, so the camera animation, nothing is affecting that layer. Once we turn that into a 3D layer, then we'll be able to see it's affecting the camera as well. After that, again we'll go back to the rotation values, and we'll make sure the rotation of that flag layer is actually matching with our map animation as well. So once you rotated everything properly, then you can just start positioning the flag. Once you position the flag, and you can scale down If the size is too much, you can scale it down, or if you want it to be up, you can scale it up as well. The next thing is the flag is actually matching with the camera animation. The next thing is it's sudden popping we have to remove, so we'll add a simple scale animation to the layer. So we'll add a maybe 20 seconds duration, and we'll just add a scale animation, and we'll see how it's actually making a difference in the animation. So after that, we can just add a bit of easing to that layer, and we'll make a bit sharper ease, so it'll have a sudden animation. By the time that path reaches, the flag will be animating as well. So right now you can see it's actually animating from way back in that layer. So we can just realign the pivot point to the bottom of our flagpole, so it will animate from that point on. And right now you can see the flag animation is actually matching properly matching with our animation. And the next thing is, we can just, once you are happy with the flag animation, you can just start duplicating the flag animation, and you can just add it in all of the other locations as well. So the only thing you have to do is, you can just duplicate the flag, and by the time the path reaches there, you can just position that composition at that point, so it will animate properly. So once you are happy with the timing, everything, you can just repeat the same process, and you can start duplicating the flags as many times as you want, and it will be looking nice. And if you want to make different variation of the colors or anything like that, you can just duplicate the main flag composition, and you can just change the colors and do the same process into converting 3D and things like that. So here I am not changing the flag colors or anything like that. So it will depend on your animation, how detailed you want your animation to be. So if you want a much detailed animation, instead of flag, you can do all sort of things, and it's depend on your ideas. So I'm just showing you the basics, the bare minimum of the things you have to do in order to create a simple map animation. So following the same process, you will be able to create much more detailed things. The only thing is you just have to add in more and more details, assets, illustrations, and you just follow the same process, and you will end up with a really advanced and interesting animation. So once that is done, we'll just add a symbol text name goal, and after that we'll just turn that text layer also into a 3D layer, so it will match with our 3D camera animation as well. So once you turn that layer into 3D, already that will be affecting the camera animation, everything will be matched with the text layer. The only thing is, we have to again rotate and position it properly. So first we'll rotate it in X direction, so it will be facing the camera properly. After that you can just position it just below our just in front of our flag, and you can just move it around a little bit and position it properly. And if you want to make it the text larger or smaller, you can do that as well. Again, you can change the colors, things like that. Once that is done, we can just simply go on and start adding a small bit of animation to the layer as well. So instead of a sudden text suddenly popping up, we can have a simple scale animation or something like that. Here we are going to animate it in a really simple way. We are going to add a simple animate scale animate to that layer. So in order to do that, we'll just go to text options, and we'll add a scale animate option to that, and we'll make the value 0. After that we'll start animating the range selector animations. And in the range selector, so once that is done, you can just add a keyframe for the start value, and we can just move the range selector for the start value, and each of the letters will be animating one by one. So that will give a much more detailed animation to our animation. So I hope you guys like the video, and this is our basic animation of our map animation. You can just follow the same process, and you'll be able to create a much more detailed animation like this. So this is the basic process we'll be following in the animation. So as you can see here, there is a symbol jerk in the animation. In between I added a keyframe, and it's not working out, so I'll just delete it for the time being. So if you are actually going to make it proper, it might take a bit more time. So already our video is actually far too long, so I'll just delete that part out. So I hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please do share and like the video as well. And if you have any suggestions, comments or opinions, please do share that in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel as well. I'll be uploading more videos like this in the channel in the upcoming weeks. So I hope you guys like the video, and thank you for watching.